Now, pressure continues on the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer as his Health Secretary Wes Streeting has reportedly told allies that he intends to resign and trigger a leadership contest. Despite this, Number 10 said Mr Starmer had full confidence in his minister, who sat near him in the House of Commons during a debate on the Labour government's plans outlined earlier amidst the pageantry of the King's speech.
The King travelled in style from his palace to the Palace of Westminster to read out the government's programme for the year ahead, the tradition known as the King's Speech. In it, a plan to keep British law aligned with EU law to ease the negative trade effects of Brexit.
My ministers will introduce legislation to take advantage of new trading opportunities, including a bill to strengthen ties with the European Union.
But the politicians listening were wondering who will be leading His Majesty's government in the year ahead. The political action started early this morning when Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, walked into Number 10 for a meeting with the Prime Minister. 17 minutes later, he walked out again, saying nothing, as had been agreed yesterday. As the King left Parliament, the word on Mr Streeting was he remains a member of the Cabinet. Downing Street said the Prime Minister has full confidence in the Health Secretary. But almost immediately, the rumours began that he will resign tomorrow and mount a leadership challenge to Mr Starmer. Another party leader under fire is Nigel Farage, a parliamentary watchdog, saying it'll investigate a £5 million gift he received from a cryptocurrency billionaire based in Thailand, something he didn't want to talk about last week.
You talked about some difficult questions of funding for local councils. You've had some difficult questions about your own funding, £5 million for security.
We'll talk about that any other time you like.
Not today.
The secret gift to Mr Farage was on top of a £12 million donation to the Reform UK party from the same crypto billionaire.
Well, let's cross to Sean in London now. Sean, this storm around Downing Street is continuing to brew, and there are indications that the floodgates could open tomorrow, potentially triggering a leadership contest.
Yeah, so we had something of a truce today in this brewing civil war within the Labour Party, and some backbenchers are talking about a civil war atmosphere in there. Ironically, it took the return of the Crown to Parliament to bring about that truce, but it looks like it's going to be all over in the morning. The strong indications given by allies of Wes Streeting are that he is going to resign tomorrow and he is going to mount a challenge to Mr Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, and that, of course, means he has to go up against the Labour Party's internal rules and constitution, and that does appear to offer a sitting Prime Minister a lot more security, a lot more barricades to position himself behind when the attackers are coming in at him than its comparative set of rules and regulations in the Conservative Party, where we got rather used to the sight of Sir Graham Brady in the 1922 committee having these meetings that eventually unseated various prime ministers in short order. It doesn't seem to happen in the Labour Party. Apparently there hasn't been any Labour prime minister in the last half century unseated from office. The exception was Tony Blair, but that was after 11 years in office, and he'd more or less indicated that he was going to go at some stage and hand over to his anointed successor, Gordon Brown. But various heaves against the likes of Neil Kinnock or Jeremy Corbyn, they came to nothing. Whilst they were in office, they stepped down themselves. So Mr Starmer has confidence going forward that the rules, at least within the party, are with him. Perhaps, though, the members are going to be against him, and Mr Streeting has to find, of course, 81 members of the parliamentary party, 20%, a higher bar than in the Conservatives, to put their names to a piece of paper and say, we support you in this challenge. That's his first hurdle to clear. Sharon.
London correspondent Sean Whelan, thank you.